Yo, what up, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome back. So, this is some really sad news for those of you who have not heard or have not seen this. Bad baby, she's been battling cancer. She kind of put it out there a couple, you know, about I think last year, I believe. But she just kind of came out again and said that she got some bad news from the doctor. And she kind of just puts it out there, lets it be known, hey, this isn't good. TMZ just reported it, and it's not looking up for her. I hope that she can beat it, but in all honesty, it may not be looking too good when you're writing messages like this. So, um, Bad Baby gave fans a devastating health update Saturday, which was earlier today. She insinuated her battle with a form of blood cancer, just saying that it's not over. The Gucci flip flop rapper posted on X, bad news from my doctor yesterday. God has the last say so, not my cancer. And we all know, when someone starts talking like that, we all know 9 times out of 10 they've gotten something that was worse than what they already had before as far as the news goes. And it may be a time frame. It may be, hey, this has gotten worse. But it's one of them things where it's not nothing that's good, which is my bad, man. My headphones that cut off on me. But again, man, it's obviously not something that's good. She just kind of letting everybody know, hey, look, this is what it is. So Baby first spoke about her cancer diagnosis in November 2024, responding to fans who noticed an apparent weight loss. She named her cancer medication as the reason she was shedding pounds. And a family source later confirmed to TMZ that she was battling cancer and being cared for by a doctor. Bad Baby didn't reveal the type of cancer she had until January 2025, when she told fans her white blood cell count is low. I'm sorry, is high, which is a sign of some blood cancers or bone marrow disorders. Still, Bad Baby never let her cancer diagnosis stop her from living her life. Um, she even got a nose job last year with her doctor's approval. The Catch Me Outside originator did receive backlash from fans, but didn't seem to care. This is my face. I didn't like it, so I fixed it. She clapped back on her story, adding that those who care about her face are crazy. She also had time to hit the studio last year to create a diss track about Alabama Barker. In case you need a refresher, the two went at it in early 2025, throwing insults back and forth through song and social media. Bad Baby even invited the daughter of Travis Barker to fight, but it doesn't appear in but it doesn't appear an all-out brawl ever went down. So, Bad Baby's been going back and forth with Alabama, just back and forth with a few people. And of course, she's been doing a lot of plastic surgery as she's been getting older. And again, there's a lot of things that could have something to do with the fact that she has cancer, especially when you're getting a lot of work done. A lot of people don't understand that when they get a lot of this work done, that shit fucks with your body. And a lot of people not don't understand that, and they just continue to get it, continue to get it, continue to get it. So it's one of those things where it's not looking up. Again, I'm hoping that she could fight it. I'm hoping that, it doesn't take her out, but it's one of those things where we all know cancer is one of those things. You can beat it, of course. There's a lot of people that have beat cancer, but at the same time, there's a lot of people that have not been able to beat it. So she's at a place where she's dealing with it. She's trying to find her way to of course cure it, but you never know. So one time for Bad Baby, man. And for those of you who are not really familiar with Bad Baby and the whole Cash Me Outside situation, um, I want to dive into a old video, kind of what got her famous. When she was like, she was saying the whole Cash Me Outside thing. And for those of you who kind of like, who is Bad Baby? Like, I don't, I heard about her, but I never really got into who she is or what she about. She pretty much was a troubled kid, right? She pretty much was a kid that wasn't following her mom rules. She wasn't listening to nothing her mom was saying. And her mom pretty much took her on Dr. Phil and was looking to get her some help. And she blew up because Dr. Phil talking to her, and he started to realize, like, damn, like, this little girl crazy. Even though he wasn't saying it, you could tell he kind of was realizing that. And she ended up having this line where she was like, "Yo, catch me outside." I was talking to this one girl, and then Dr. Phil was like, "Well, what did you say to her?" I told her to catch me outside. So for those of you who are not familiar with it, we gonna get into the whole catch me outside thing, where this is where she blew up from.
Did you go to the 5th grade? No, I'm asking, how far did you go?
Well, I stopped at 7th if you want to get technical.
You stopped at the 7th grade. So you did go through the 5th grade.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I was just curious. Okay, so you just take it and you don't consider that it belongs to someone else.
No. Your keys in my room, you're asking for it. You don't leave your keys in someone's room when they've stolen cars before. Like, you asking for it.
And you could tell, like, she was just on one at a super young age. You could tell she was on one. She was in them streets. She trying to be something she wasn't. You know what I mean? And fast forward, she still got that same type of vibe. It's a little older. She handling business though, but at the same time, she's still that same person. But it's funny seeing this video because it's like, yo, you look at her now, you like, damn, she's the same person. You know what I mean?
So what do you think is going to happen when you happen to steal somebody's car that disagrees with that and decides that they're going to drop a hammer on you and prosecute you to the full extent of the law?
Then I do my time in jail. Jail ain't nothing. That's what I always do, and they never catch me. Ain't nobody gonna catch me.
Because you're too streetwise?
Yup. And all these hoes laughing like something funny.
She's talking about the audience, that they're laughing at her.
Did you say
She said, all these hoes and all these hoes laughing like something funny.
the hoes are laughing?
Yep.
So the audience are a bunch of hoes?
Yep. Catch me outside. How about that?
That was the line right there. Look, peep this. So she calling the whole crowd like, y'all some hoes, these some hoes. So of course they start saying little shit or whatever. So this is where the line came from.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Huh?
Catch me outside. How about that?
Catch you outside? What does that mean?
What I just said.
Catch her outside, means she'll go outside and do what she has to do. That's what she's talking about.
Oh, yeah,
This
yeah,
is
okay,
all,
yeah.
This is all, but don't you see that this is all mouth? This is mouth.
Oh,
So you want to take this outside? outside? Because I think they can bring cameras outside.
Really? Because I think I flipped you.
You want to do it again?
Daddy, don't get all tough. Please don't. This is not the place,
Hey,
and this is not the
sit
time.
down.
Sit down.
All right, then.
Sit down.
Flip me now. Come flip me now.
And I think, I'm not gonna lie, man, you know, I'm laughing and shit, but the situation is sad. Like, when you see kids like that, I'll be blaming the parents for real. Like, I like, on one hand, it's like, you know, you can't, on one hand, I want to say, like, you can't control what a kid do. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, nah, you can. You can. But a lot of these parents, they be trying to be their friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, how she stepped up in her mama face, like, shit, what you want to do? Like, she doing that on national TV. You know what I mean? She's doing that on Dr. Phil. So you could imagine what she was doing when they was at the crib. You know what I mean? But again, a lot of the parents be standing for her. A lot of the parents be like, oh well, you know, I just let her do what she does, and when she slams her door, I just don't say nothing. You got to nip that shit in the bud early. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, that's what you get. You get a kid that's like, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. It is what it is. And if you got a problem with it, catch me outside. That's pretty much what it is. You know what I mean? So obviously that kind of spiraled into her blowing up. And from there, she started to kind of get into music, started to do little songs and things like that, which got her bigger. And what truly got her to where she's at now, because she got to be playing, like, she got to be at least worth. Let me, to be clear, I want to look it up. What is Bhad Baby's net worth? As of early 2026, Bhad Baby's net worth is estimated to be around $35 million. $35 million. However, the rapper and influencer has claimed significantly higher earnings from her OnlyFans account, which she says she generated over $50 million to $75 million, making her one of the highest paid creators on the platform. Now, when I initially heard this, I was like, God damn. And to this day, I'm like, damn, that shit's crazy. But what's even more crazy is that she talked about how when she blew up on OnlyFans, it was right when she turned 18. And to me, I'm like, damn, that shit's sad as fuck. Because when you think about it, you had a lot of men that was like, I'm not gonna watch her when she's 17. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as she turned 18, I'm there. As soon as she turned 18, you know what I mean? And to me, this shit was so weird. She had spoke on it in a video. I want to see if I can find the video, but she was just talking about that, how like a lot of these dudes was acting like they didn't want to talk to her and whatnot when she was 17, 16. But then as soon as she turned 18, those be the type of niggas that's like, bro, you deal with kids, bro. However you trying to just play it like, anytime a nigga's gonna wait till you turn 18, nigga, you fuck with kids, bro. How you mess with kids. Anytime a person, like the whole situation with Tyga, right? With Tyga and Kylie Jenner. He talking about some, oh, I didn't start dating her till she was 18. Bro, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? You didn't start dealing with her till she. The fact that you even around a kid, to even know when she turned 18, you a fucking pedophile. Like, before I get kicked off the platform, you a PDF. That's how you gotta say. You gotta say PDF. You can't say the actual word. You know what I'm saying? But again, that's how she blew up. So she does the whole Catch Me Outside. That shit goes crazy viral. She starts rapping, doing her thing, and then she gets into the OnlyFans. and she blows up. Like I said, she at her height, she made what 50 to 75 million on OnlyFans. These people paying for subscriptions to see this little girl. You know what I'm saying? And again, now she's older now. How old is she? How old is Bad Baby? Okay, now she's 22 years old. So all of this was like not that long ago. But I'm hoping that she continues. I'm hoping that she's able to continue to live a fruitful life. You know what I mean? Like, to hear that she got cancer is messed up, because again, you talking about a girl that's 22 years old. So to hear that she got cancer is sad as hell. But it's one of those situations where life be lifing, man. Life be lifing. Um, like I said, it's a tough situation, man. But it's one of them things. So definitely want to say to her, just hold your head. Hold your head, stay positive, and I hope that she fights through this. I'll definitely keep you guys updated on what happens from here. If there's any more updates that she dropped. But this was the most recent update, with her pretty much just coming out and saying, hey, you know, this is what it is. I'm getting this news. I'm getting this news and I'm letting you guys know. So, like I said, this was the most recent update. See if I can. And right here, she looks super healthy, but with cancer, as I'm sure a lot of people know, I'm sure all you guys know, you can look the part, you can look healthy, but when it starts hitting you, it starts hitting you, because she looked healthy here, you know. That this was right here was the weight drop, I believe, when she was saying that, all her friends were like, kind of like, not all her fans on, I think on, I want to say on Instagram or something, they were all concerned because it was like, yo, your weight just dropped. What happened? So that was what it was. Yeah, man. So it's a sad situation, man. But that's how that shit go, man. That's how that shit goes sometimes. One time for Bad Baby, man. Till next time, y'all.